Hey everybody, my name is Gavin, and this is my review of Batman vs. Superman, The Dawn of Justice. Now, there's been a lot of hesitation by moviegoers about this film. We're wondering, hey, is this going to suck? Is it going to be the train wreck that it could be? I wasn't a huge fan of Man of Steel. Thought that was one of the worst movies of 2013, so when I heard Zack Snyder was coming back to direct this film, I was nervous. So what is the verdict on this movie? Is it the cinematic abortion that everybody thought it was going to be? Not really. I'm going to go ahead and just say that this video has spoilers ahead of time. So if you have not seen the movie, which there's a good chance you haven't because it came out like last night, keep watching if you want to be spoiled, but maybe mute your ears at some points. The movie starts off with the Battle of Metropolis between General Zod and Superman and seeing how Bruce Wayne reacted during that day. He's driving his car through town trying to save people because that's what Batman does. He realizes that Superman is actually a lot more dangerous than we originally thought. In Man of Steel, when Zod and Superman were fighting, I was thinking to myself, wow, they are killing a ton of people. We fast forward to 18 months later, see what Superman's up to. He's still doing his saving the world thing. They go over to some other desert country because I wasn't paying attention at this point. The first hour and a half of this movie is some of the most boring. It's horribly paced. The first hour and a half of this movie is so horribly paced. There's very little action outside of the opening sequence. There's so many dream sequences, and guess what? We get to see Bruce Wayne's parents get gunned down again. Again! Did you guys know that Bruce Wayne's parents were gunned down in an alley after seeing a movie? I don't know if you knew that. If you didn't know that, watch any adaptation of Batman ever. Also, there's a super weird scene where Bruce Wayne falls into a hole to discover the Batcave, similar to how he found it in Batman Begins. But instead of just climbing out or having his dad help him, he gets carried up by bats like he's Batman Jesus, which didn't really fit for this movie. Zack Snyder has a huge fetish of doing like imagery and trying to make you really think deeply about this movie. No, it is Batman fighting Superman. Why are we trying to be so artsy-fartsy with it? Just have them fight each other. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is horrible. It is not good. Him being psychotic and being like, oh, Mr. Wayne, oh, Mr. It's not good. It is not good at all. The best parts of the movie are Ben Affleck as Batman. He absolutely owns it as both Bruce Wayne and the Dark Knight. I wasn't a huge fan of his introduction of being, like, there's this slaver guy who's got these women in cages and he, like, has to save them, which is good. I'm glad he's saving women. But then he's in a corner hiding from the cops and he like scurries like he's some sort of weird flying squirrel. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. However, when he is Batman, he's Batman. Also, getting them to fight each other was kind of a chore. It's very convoluted. Also, they try to cram a lot of stuff in this film so they can set up the Justice League movie. At one point, they find some files that has like Wonder Woman and Cyborg and The Flash and Aquaman. And it didn't need to be in the movie. They could have done it as an after credits thing and we would have all gone home happy. But they shoved it in the middle of the movie and really hurt the whole flow of the movie. That really isn't there. This movie has terrible flow. If this movie were called Hustle and Flow, it'd be called And. Because it has neither one of those things. My biggest issue with the movie is that they focus too much on imagery and not enough on action. He's trying to make you think deeply when you don't want... You want to see Robot Batman fight Superman. Punch him in his face. That's what we wanted to see. And that doesn't happen until the last 45 minutes of the movie. Now, the last 45 minutes are a stark contrast to the rest of the film. It's such a huge difference. The last 45 minutes, I found myself invested. I found myself rooting for the heroes. I found myself enjoying what was on the screen, which in the previous hour and a half was not happening. It's like two different movies were happening. A really boring art film and then a balls-to-the-wall action movie. I enjoy deep meaning in films, but this isn't one that needed it. And that's the biggest issue of it. The entire ending sequence was great. Big spoiler! Big spoiler! Seriously, big spoiler. The movie ends with General Zod being turned in to Doomsday. And fans of comics know that Doomsday is who killed Superman. And in this film, that happens. He does kill Superman after a giant fight. That was amazing. The fight scene was fantastic. But he does kill Superman, and Superman doesn't come back at the end of this movie. He is dead for the foreseeable future. Did they tease at him coming back? Well, of course they did, because they've got a Justice League movie they had to do. But killing Superman was actually a really bold move, so I do commend Zack Snyder and the writers for going through with that. However, the entire time I was watching this movie, I was like, you know what? I'd rather just watch Batman by himself fight things. I don't need Superman or Wonder Woman in this movie. Also, Wonder Woman steals the show. One of my favorite parts of the film was her big reveal as Wonder Woman. So, there were so many different movies going on in here, and none of them were really good. And the ones that could have been good weren't focused on. Overall, the movie was not the cinematic disaster I thought it was going to be. It's not a great movie by any means. I would not want to sit through that first hour and a half ever again. The fight scenes were fantastic, some of the best I've seen in any comic book movies, or movies in general. So for that, I do commend them. Overall, though, if I had to rate it out of 10, it'd probably be like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. So check it out, maybe get to the theater late, and then, yeah, enjoy the fight scenes. So you have it, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Not a terrible movie, but not a great one either. Thank you for watching.